Whoa, what was that? It's Quicksilver. We're going to be opening the Quicksilver Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game today. So let's get right to it. Waste no time as I try to open this pack for 12 minutes. So we've got Scarlet Witch. Now we're going to try Quicksilver. All right. So first things first. Just like normal, we get an art poster. Quicksilver riding on some water there, just running real fast. The new keywords we get are Team Up, which I think we've covered before, and Insight. When a card with the Insight keyword is revealed, place that much threat on the main scheme. Then Piercing, which discards tough status cards before dealing damage. So I covered that stuff before. Let's get to the cards. Now, Quicksilver is really not a character I've really ever been a fan of. But I've heard this character is actually pretty fun to play as in this game. Alright, so Quicksilver. He's an Avenger, 1/1/1 across the board. Super Speed. After you use one of Quicksilver's basic powers, thwart, attack, or defense, ready him. Okay, so you get to use him twice per phase, not bad. 9 hit points, a little weak, hand size of 5. Let's check his alter ego here. Mr. Maximoff himself. Superpowered siblings. Action, discard 2 cards from your hand, draw 2 cards or 3 cards instead if Wanda was in play. Limit once per round, recovery of 3. Interesting, I like how he's checking out some sneakers there. So let's stick him right here and get straight to his cards. Scarlet Witch. Cost of 3, 3 hit points, 1/1. When you use one of her basic powers, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, Scarlet Witch gets +1 to that power for this use. So that's right in line with her hero pack, kind of using encounter cards to boost your abilities. Always be running Ready Quicksilver. And we get 4 of those. Nice. So looks like we're going to be readying him a lot. Double time. Choose 2 of the following. You may choose the same thing twice. Deal 2 damage to an enemy or remove 2 threat from a scheme. Not bad. Maximum velocity. Max 1 per phase. You get +2 thwart, attack, and defense until the end of the round. That seems really nice. So you could potentially hit with 6, maybe even 7 if you're able to get one of Always Be Running out at the same time. Or if you get multiple of them. Speed Cyclone. X. Stun that many enemies. I like that a lot. Serval Industries. Alter Ego action. Exhaust it to shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards from your discard pile into your deck. Nice. I like that a lot. Accelerated Reflex. He gets +1 defense. Friction Resistance. After you ready Quicksilver, ready this card. Exhaust it to generate a fist resource. Hyper Perception. He gets +1 thwart. And Reinforce Sinew. +1 attack. So you get these upgrades on him. He's 2 across the board. You can ready each time, so you could potentially do 4. Or defend an attack or thwart an attack. Seems really versatile here. Okay, so he comes with protection in his hero pack. Let's check out these cards. Multiple Man. Cost of 4, 2 health, 1/1. After Multiple Man enters play, search your deck and hand for a copy of him and put it into play. Not bad. So there's 3 of those. Warlock. That is a strange looking fellow. Spend a science resource. Heal up to 2 damage from Warlock. So he could be out for a while. Never back down. Hero Interrupt. When you defend against an attack, you get +2 defense for this attack. If you take no damage from this attack, stun the enemy. 3 of those. Sidestep. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage. If you paid for this card using a lightning resource, deal 1 damage to the enemy. 3 of those as well. Armored Vest. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player. Your hero gets +1 defense. Play under any player's control, 1 per player. Exhaust Nerves of Steel to generate a lightning resource for a defense event. Order and Chaos. So we're on his basic cards now. Team up Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. When a Treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects, then deal 2 damage to the villain. That's nice. Only cost 1. And of course we have Energy, Genius, and Strength. Adrenaline Rush. Your hero gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. Get 3 of those. Civic Duty. Discard it. Your hero gets +1 thwart till the end of the phase. 3 of those. Those are the basic cards. Now his obligation. You may flip to Alter Ego form and choose to either exhaust him to remove it from the game or exhaust your identity. You cannot ready your identity until your next turn ends to discard it. That seems kind of rough. Now the side scheme. Extortion of Seismic Proportion. Insight 1. When revealed, you place 1 threat on the main scheme. That's 2 per player, and it's a crisis, so you got to deal with it right away. Avalanche is our minion. He has Insight of 2. When revealed, each player must choose to either take 2 indirect damage or exhaust their identity. 2 attack, 1 scheme, and 4 health. So that could be kind of rough depending on your scenario. If you're pretty close on threading out, this may tip it over the edge. Vibration Resistance. Attach to Avalanche, a Fable. If you can't, attach to the villain. Reduce the damage attached enemy takes from each attack by 1. Whew. Exhaust your hero to discard the card. Earthquake. Insight 1. Discard 2 cards from your hand and exhaust your identity. 2 of those. Alright, so that's Quicksilver's pre-built deck. Looks like a lot of readying. A lot of using your character multiple times to do multiple things, and mixed with protection, it seems like he's going to be a defensive powerhouse, or he could probably, depending on the situation, maybe defend against multiple attacks. Let's see what other cards come with him. The aggression card is Brute Force. Your hero gains +1 attack. Your basic attacks gain Piercing. After you make a basic attack, you discard that. Sense of Justice for 2. Max 1 per player. Exhaust Sense of Justice to generate a science resource for a thwart event. And United We Stand. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Heal 1 damage from up to X friendly characters to a maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. That seems interesting. I obviously love leadership, so a free card that can heal, keep your minions out for, or your allies out for an extra turn, seems pretty valuable to me. And the basic, beat 'em up, deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engage with you. This could be very nice against someone like Ultron and could wipe out a wave of drones. So that's Quicksilver. I think his pack looks pretty good, especially considering I'm not a huge fan of the character. I think I'm going to be a fan of playing as him. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining the channel. If you've played with him before, let me know who he teams up well with. It seems like Scarlet Witch is a no-brainer, but he may be good with some other characters. And let me know which aspect you guys choose. Do you keep him with protection or do you switch to something else? All right. Thanks for joining the channel, guys. See ya.